Hi, my name is Ina and I am a trainer and mentor with the Killer Increase, or KI for short. So KI is a revolutionary cutting-edge self-inquiry process that goes to the root of suffering, emotional repression. And because of my background, I get often asked how the Killer Increase compare to other modalities that I've trained in. And I wanted to share with you a sliver of my story to provide an answer from my own direct experience. So more than 12 years ago, a perfect storm became the catalyst for my healing journey. So my health crashed because of violent autoimmune reactions. I left my job that I was completely identified with in France. I became a mother. And I moved from Europe to Canada, so everything in my life was uprooted. At the time, I had no idea what this healing journey entailed, and nor did I understand then how much my unconscious mind was actually creating the very suffering that I wanted to escape. What I do remember is that I wanted to feel anything other than pain, or what I used to call the great numbness. I was hiding my struggles behind a frozen smile on my face because I so desperately wanted to be seen as kind, reliable, strong, and without any needs, without being a burden to anyone. So along my path, I learned many things that provided me a sense of joy, a sense of aliveness, and some big symptoms disappeared, but yet suffering continued in various ways. So here I wanted to share something with you that I wished someone had shared with me with my 12-year younger self. So many therapeutic or personal development modalities claim to guide people beyond coping and managing symptoms. However, in the last few years, I've learned that even when the work feels transformational, without skillfully addressing emotional repression, it misses the mark and it fails to get to the root of suffering and create lasting change. So what is emotional repression and how are the Killer Increase different? So I describe emotional repression as a built-in, super intelligent and innocent survival mechanism that we adopt as children to stay connected to our primary caregivers and to survive situations that feel overwhelming. However, left unchecked and unconscious, this repression mechanism gets wrapped up in our identity and it will drive our suffering until we bring it into conscious awareness. So repression forces us to behave and condition patterns that many mistake as personality traits, while in fact it is an unconscious trauma adaptation on autopilot. Our nervous system tends to default to emotions that it has learned to perceive as safer, or it shuts down entirely, which is also an unconscious safety mechanism. This disconnection from our authentic emotions and ourselves leads to strained relationships, a sense of isolation, and it impacts all areas of our lives. To give an example from my own life, my programming related to repressed sadness and hurt includes a command, I have to be responsible, which prevented me from experiencing joy and relaxation for decades. It also led to a compulsion to work and to take charge for as long as I remember. And a repression of anger and hurt prevented me from establishing healthy boundaries, leading to burnout, migraines, and autoimmune problems. So this is also a great segue into explaining the difference between KI and other modalities that I studied before. So these modalities focus primarily on identity, limiting beliefs, deficiency stories, shadows, along with associated emotions that were just beneath the surface of our consciousness. What is key is that none addressed the missing experience in our present awareness or the contractions in our body. So I never connected the dots that those contractions were actually pockets of frozen fear that were trapping buried emotions. So it's true what many say, in order to heal, you need to feel. But what most don't know is that emotional repression doesn't show up as a feeling. It shows up as a contraction. You can't simply feel what you buried long time ago. You need tools, skills, and support. And so without targeting the actual repression programming and skillfully dissolving those contractions in your body that contain the buried emotions, they remain missing in your experience, and the repression mechanism itself stays intact. I've also found that recovering emotions that were previously stuck in contractions obsoleted the need for nervous system regulation, and that makes just so much sense because all of our emotions are key tools of the nervous system that regulates itself then. So the Killer inquiries provide tools and a language to dive underneath those identities, making unconscious programming conscious by aligning mind and body, and that reverses repression programs to then access, feel, and express emotions that were locked a long time ago. So for me, this work has been a tremendous gift of freedom that just keeps giving, because there is nothing more freeing than the freedom to be myself. My programming still kicks in at times and tries to keep me safe, but with the tools and support, I've learned to use every piece of suffering to gain more freedom, and so can you.